Hey, what is up, everybody? Steve here, and it is time to start another stream. As always, we've got our special guest for this run, Speedrunner0218. It's special because the other guest bailed out. Yeah, the concert that I had to miss because I went on vacation. I wanted to see it so badly. He's getting to see Sum 41, and I paid over $100 for tickets to Sum 41, and unfortunately, I had to let the tickets go to waste because I scheduled a vacation at the very same time and didn't know. Well, normally it's not a big deal if you let concert tickets go to waste, but this is their final tour, and they've advertised that their final tour. They're breaking up. And they're not like 70 either, so like they're not coming back. Any No, they're just gonna join different bands. But anyways, today we have King Gambit, or King Gambit if the name is got a real alligator situation because its name's kind of short. No, no, no. I'm saying King Gambit. You can fit all of those letters, so it's done like that on purpose.
Default mic. All right, you hear me now?
Yep, that'll do it.
Okay, for some reason, OBS had a default to the default mic, and my voice is not coming through. Oops.
All right, so do you want to explain the backported moves for today?
Oh, yeah, sure. This Pokemon's King Gambit. It's the evolved form of Bisharp, which this Pokemon was introduced in Gen 9. The method you have to evolve Bisharp into this thing is honestly kind of annoying. You hit evolve Bish. I know this isn't the moveset, but it's part of the story. To get Bisharp to evolve into King Gambit, your Bisharp needs to defeat 3 other Bisharp in the wild that are the leader of like their own little platoons. Kind of like you gotta like take out the local gangs and you become king. That's like how you evolve it. It's kind of funny. And also, I just found out when researching this, there's actually an ancient move in chess called the King's Gambit, which they did in like the 1800s. I did not know that, but
there's
anyway.
actually a TV show that's almost by the same name called Queen's Gambit, and it's about chess.
Yeah, the King's Gambit's an old move in chess, but anyway, the 3 backported moves. We are backporting, Metal Sound, Night Slash, and Cow Toe Cleave, its signature move. Metal Sound will reduce the opponent's special defense by 2 stages, which I think will have some niche uses in the run. And Night Slash is just a 70 power clone of Slash that's a dark move. It's just a clone of Slash, obviously. And Cow Toe
Not a clone,
Cleave,
it has 5 less PP.
shut up. And Cow Toe Cleave is a 85 power move, 100 accuracy. It only has 10 power points. It never misses though, so it's like a very powerful feint attack, but we get it so late in the game, and since all dark moves are special in this game, with how low our special attack is, we're probably never going to use it. This Pokemon's going to suffer badly from the pre-physical special split, because all of its good moves are physical. Kind of like a whole Sneasel situation.
Yeah, well, it's really unfortunate, but on the bright side, you know you're not going to be using special moves, because unless they're quadruple effective, they're never going to be more powerful than your physical moves.
Dominic says, I have a Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual strategy deck called Fuck You Final Demise Gambit. I don't get it. But, oh, I gotta set up a poll.
Well, anyways, this run, as you can tell by our level 64 move, probably won't be too hard.
I'm going
However, you will
110.
have to get to level 64, so you absolutely cannot complete the game without picking up candies. You must pick up some.
What's the move we get at 64? Oh, Swords Dance. Yeah, it's a
Sword
shame
stance.
we're not
So,
gonna get that till the last
if
minute.
if I recall, if you were to play this game at basically minimum battles, you get to red at 61. So at the very least, you have to pick up 3 candies.
Are you keeping the experience group into account when saying that? Or are you assuming slow
No,
group?
I'm pretty sure it's slow group, so it
So
might
it'll be
even
more.
not even have to pick up a candy.
Uh,
But at 50 speed, I'm picking up all the candies anyways because speed is not easy to come by.
yep. All right, well, I guess we'll go ahead and get started. All right.
All right, I'll start the vertical.
I'll need to do that too.
All right, hello everybody on the vertical. If you want to go over the moves and stats, make sure to check out the horizontal stream. For now, we are actually going to go ahead and get started with our run. Today, we're going to be playing King Gambit.
Mm-hmm.
Unsure if it's technically 2 words or not,
It is 2
but
words. It's spacing for Gen 2. All right, ready?
okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Make sure to say no to being a boy again.
Always do. I think it's impossible not to because I just hold no. Whenever text pops up on screen, I just hold no.
Also, hello, Kiwi and Dominic and Temporally Chaotic.
All right, now that I told Professor L no 3 times, we're good.
Also, the King Gambit front and back sprite, I based it off of a Gen 3 sprite somebody made. The downscaling wasn't the issue. The issue is that this Pokemon has so many colors that I had to choose just 2 main colors, and the sprite doesn't really look too good.
Ooh, interesting. I wonder if it's part of the game or not, but it looks like a beetle.
It's the... I think it's just because it's always sitting down. And it's got a big shell, so probably just
Well,
happens to look
it's
like it.
actually the curvature that makes it look like ears that make it look like a beetle.
Hmm. So, are
But
you gonna have Metal Claw in slot 1? Because I'm pretty sure Metal Claw has more effective power than Headbutt.
it does by 5, but I'm gonna take the 5 less accuracy of headbutt, or sorry, the 5 more accuracy of headbutt over the 5 more damage of metal
But
claw.
Metal Claw is more PP.
This is true, and you know what I say about metal claw? It's the only move between you and Scyther that can make it. Dang it, Scyther's evolution that can make you defeat Morty.
Scythe Scizor.
Scizor, yeah, it's the only move that can beat Morty.
Did you make sure to teach Bide?
I thought about it, and then I thought no.
But you're supposed to. What would Brock say if he found this out?
Brock would probably find out very quickly that there are a lot of Bide TMs in Cerulean City.
I wonder what Ganon is up to. You don't have to worry about that because this is not Zelda.
Can you
Also, hello,
imagine,
Annie.
like, I don't know, being a person who hands out flips of paper and then finding out a block later the trash can is full of your slip of paper? That's how I like to think about the Bide TM. If Brock were to ever travel to Cerulean City and go to the Mart would have an abundance of Bide TMs.
Why? Because you always sold them?
Well, just in general, I'm saying so many people don't want Bide, don't even want to test Bide, that they're paying less for the TM in Cerulean City.
Hey, I'm just saying, water types that only know Bubble really do love the move Bide for Misty, because it lets them get Bubble Beam. Hello, Mariah. Did you teach Lear? Did you also make sure to headbutt the tree? You still there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you dropped out because you weren't answering.
No, I'm bringing up your stream just to make sure that I'm up.
Oh.
Okay, there we go. I did make sure you were muted on that stream too, so that way you weren't double coming through.
That's just the
You're too
level.
low of a level.
That's just the level Cowtoe Cleave ended up being at. Oh, what? You think I should go to Bellsprout Tower really quick?
You should probably just do a little bit more training.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
Well, 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 that's unfortunate.
What?
I lost. I see that you won, and you have no idea the struggle that is getting hit by Mud Slap more than once.
Dude, he only spams Mud Slap. I've been hit more than once.
Yeah, well, you know what? I missed so many times I went through all my headbutts.
Oh, I just used Metal Claw. I wanted the extra power. Also, make sure you get the Paralysis Cure Berry. You might need it.
I pick up that every single run, no matter if I need it or not.
Even if in the second run you realize the Paralysis Cure Berry has no use, you still get it anyway?
100% of the time, yes.
Funny. I often do that too. Hey, I found a use for Fury Cutter. Oh, Area 91, thanks for becoming a member. I believe you have been a member before. I believe that's a renewal because you have
I believe he's
the
about
Surge badge.
Yeah, he's at like 6 months on mine.
Well, yeah, thank you for renewing.
You gonna get Swift? Oh, actually, I don't think we get Swift. Never mind.
I mean, even if we did, we have Headbutt. Also, surprisingly, like, when we looked at how insane this thing's stats were, we assumed this would be in the slow group, but King Gambit is actually in the medium-fast group. So,
Yeah,
if you take that into account, our stats are extremely good.
Like, I have a feeling that was it stuff that got later evolutions weren't accounted for in the speed groups. So stuff like Electivire and Magmortar just have higher stats overall because they weren't like they gave them more stats, but they can't change the level up group.
Yeah.
Because 555, that is really, really up there. I mean, 600 is a legendary. 555 is basically a legendary, but we get medium fast.
Okay, right. You left your wallet at work one day and you thought you lost it, so you had to cancel your card. Oh, okay. Dang. That sucks.
Interesting.
I've only ever lost my wallet and had to cancel a debit card one time, and I was still in high school, so like I haven't owned a debit card for very long. And the reason I had to cancel it, I lost it, I couldn't find it, but because I remember I was at a friend's house and then that was the last place I had it. I'm pretty confident what happened is I accidentally threw it away because I remember I had a plastic bag full of garbage, and I think I may have actually put my wallet in there and not realized it. I was a bit upset because I had a free $20 Conoco gift card that I won at my school from a raffle. I was actually going to use it at some point, and I lost it. Well, I ain't gonna get my $20 of gas money.
That's what it is. Okay.
I said Conoco.
Yeah, well, that is something I've never heard of in my entire life.
Oh, it's a gas station. It's probably not. They probably aren't in Ohio.
Yeah, sounds local.
I don't know. I see them everywhere. I see them in like California as well.
Have you ever heard of Get Go?
Good point.
Get Go's are everywhere in Ohio. They're a giant eagle-based gas company.
Interesting.
And,
might be
probably heard of Giant
it might
Eagle.
just be a Pacific Northwest gas company. That's why I've only seen it in the general area.
Ghastly came up on every move my moveset except for Metal Claw dropped.
That's funny. Can you imagine if you
Fury Cutter
chose to?
does 2 damage.
Can you imagine if you chose to delete Metal Claw, not realizing what you did? That'd be funny.
Fury Cutter does a whole 2 damage.
2 power or 2 damage? Because there's a difference.
Oh, yes, power.
Oh, crap. I talked to the Farfetch from the wrong side, and he ran to the right. So I had to, like, go talk to him again.
Did you get an Oddish?
I got a
Or
Bellsprout. Are you gonna get Headbutt? This thing learns it.
That's a good question.
This B, you're from Portland. The accent... Okay, I'm not from Portland. I've never even been to Portland.
What's wrong with Portland?
The fact that it's, The fact that, it exists. It's Portland. You know how many cities in the US are named Portland? It's kind of insane. There's also a lot of Springfields, too. You're potentially seeing Rain Dance for Red's Charizard? That won't be necessary. I would probably just rather get a Quick Claw Clutch, because, I mean, we're gonna have Swords Dance return. And we have a high amount of HP. I'm sure we can survive 1 Flamethrower. Abra.
Oh, look at the 1 haircut.
Oh, I just skipped it. You've been telling me to, so I started skipping
I
it.
started doing it for all slow level up group Pokemon, which is what we typically do. So there's always the chance that I could get return on these non-slow level up group Pokemon.
I mean, I probably don't want return till after Chuck, because I plan to hold on to Headbutt.
That's true, I do too.
Good news, we can one-shot the Magmars. I need to look at the TM set. Okay, we actually do get Dig, so I might actually go get that. I mean, Rain Dance could still potentially help with the Charizard, because I know we can just buy it at the department store. The department store in Celadon. I guess that would be better than trying to get, like, a 23% Quick Claw. I mean, I'll probably get it for the first run, but I won't teach it, because if we can survive one, then it wouldn't really matter.
Area 91, why is Valentine's Day going to be so brutal for you? Isn't like, going out to eat and essentially chocolate and maybe like a card or something? I don't know. It's literally been a decade since I had a girlfriend.
It's been about a year. How are you, Speed Steve? I'm doing okay.
Don't you hate it when you're in front of Voltorb guy and then you want to go in your menu and then you realize Magmar guy just saw you?
I fought him on purpose.
Area 91. Is that for real?
Is he doing a
You're not
member
kidding?
suggested run?
No.
Oh, I thought he was trying,
He-
but
he's serious apparently. I can't get one. This guy's got 5.
I've had 5.
You must have a really good job.
Valen-
That sounds real expensive.
Valentine's Day is going to be painful because my girlfriend's birthday is the day before and Valentine's Day is the day after. Oh, yay, twice the gifts.
Even even Annie's like, what? This guy's hogging all the girls.
Mm.
I couldn't help but notice we're not anywhere near 50 speed. This is concerning to me.
Aren't I the one who just told you before the stream you don't need to worry about Morty?
I need to worry about getting 50 speed.
You know what's funny? You always tell me I'm super paranoid about paralysis, yet you're paranoid about sleep.
This is not about paralysis. This is about getting hit by curse on Haunter. Are you something?
It's I believe his faster Haunter does not have curse. I think it's only the slower one.
The first one, you mean? The one that I'm more terrified of?
But I isn't it the second Haunter that has the 50 speed? Not the first one?
The second Haunter's got 53 speed. The second Haunter, I don't even think about because I only worry about the first
'cause
Haunter.
the second Haunter has nothing. Actually, the second Haunter has Mimic. I've only ever seen it use Mimic one time. Oh no, I missed Metal Claw.
I guess if I get 2 levels against battling the trainers, maybe I can get to 51 speed. Or actually, it's 50, not 51.
I mean, besides, even if you get hit with Curse, I'm sure you can just one-shot everything. 49 speed, so... I guess you'd be cutting it kind of close. But I'm not gonna care about it. I still have my berry. I just realized.
Oh, mine got used up on
Okay, I'm gonna
first
reset
simulator.
that. Y'all saw nothing.
Okay,
I
I've got
totally
50 speed apparently.
I totally did not use a turn 1 headbutt on the gas lead. That never happened.
So apparently I ended with 51 or 50 speed, which is perfect. Exactly where I wanted to be. I hope you get hit by all of the curses and get put all of the sleeps.
He only used Mean Look.
How dare he? How dare he literally throw the fight for you?
And I will let you know, Dig does not one-shot the Gengar.
I did know that.
That is actually surprising. I kind of thought it would, so I may probably try to... I think I should either get more training or get the 51 speed. Because if I'm not going to one-shot the Gengar like I thought I was, then I guess Curse does matter. Because I assumed it'd be a one-shot.
Interesting. Well, that would mean, Area 91, that you are in one of those worlds that I literally can't comprehend. You also must be one handsome fellow as well, because I know really, really good-looking people are going those kind of crowds.
Annie, I got a reset on Morty because I had headbutt in slot 1 and I spammed A too long.
No, he just lost.
Yeah, sure, that's the reason.
Oh, I got greedy. Hey, John. I mean, we just pretty much just started. I don't know. I know I'm like 2 trainers behind speed.
Yeah, and I had 1 reset. I
Ah,
mean, it was
yes. You're
just
1
super quick.
reset on the very first Pokemon, and you didn't even finish the very first Pokemon. So it's like not having a reset altogether. And he's saying, I have a reset. I have a reset. I have a reset. I went through all of my headbutts on Falconer.
Okay, yeah, with how quick that 1 reset was, I may as well have just had like 2 extra wild encounters or something.
Oh, crap. I screwed up. I almost missed an ether.
Yeah, we can't have that. You know something I've
Well,
noticed when routing out solo runs in the newer games? For some reason, like, you know how in the older games they just give you so many ethers and elixirs? They're just everywhere. You don't know what to do with them.
yep.
In the newer games, they give you like hardly any to work with. Like in X and Y, for example, I have to go out of my way just to get simple ethers. Like, if you just stick to the main path, you're probably never going to find them. That's something I had to keep in
Interesting.
mind. Yeah, the gen that doesn't exist also had that similar problem. Yeah, actually, like, made a whole guide on where to find ethers. Oh, geez. Oh, God.
Yep.
I didn't
Yep.
save.
I know exactly what you mean. I just got hit by a fighting move.
I didn't save.
I also didn't save. I just survived at 10 HP.
Oh, my God, dude.
I
Well, good
remembered.
thing I healed on the island.
Oh,
If
we're gonna get Metal Sound this fight. If
if I
only I
didn't...
had like a special move.
You don't have Feint Attack?
No.
Oh, my... Hey, Steve, I think we need to forget about trying to outspeed Morty's Haunter. We need to outspeed the Hitmonlee.
Let me see. What level are you? Are you 29 or 28?
29.
Oh, you're the same level. I just survived at 10 HP.
I guess he only used double kick. Because jump kick
It,
does like 3/4
I
of my
was
health.
looking at your screen and I
Dude!
taught over a headbutt with Metal Sound.
He just crit 2 double kicks.
And I saved, so I didn't. My mistake is not ruined.
I'm gonna fight Eugene here. Guy I always forget exists.
Hey, he's got good Pokemon actually.
He's got an Electrode with Thunder.
Don't make fun of him.
Hey, he knows how to use TMs. That's better than most NPCs.
Good.
I might actually... I probably should go in the water and fight the Gyarados guy. Still, I have no idea how you even survived. I'll get rid of
Oh,
Metal
you are
Claw.
not gonna like Chuck. Karate Chop may as well be Death Chop.
Does it one-shot with a crit, I'm assuming?
No, but it brings you down to like 10.
With a crit?
Oh, I didn't see a crit.
Okay.
Rename Karate Chop to Death Chop.
Alright, so at level 30, I speed tie the Hitmonlee. Alright, I beat him. Dude, he just kept using
Congrats.
nothing but jump kick.
Maybe he's got good AI.
No, that...
I mean, I know he has some kind of AI because he does like Mind Reader followed by Dynamic Punch.
that what Poliwrath just did, or is it only use Focus or Dynamic Punch?
Nah, now that I think about it, he attacks pretty indiscriminately.
Probably equip the Quick Claw.
Oh, but now that I really think about it, I remember in Tyranitar he basically only spammed Dynamic Punch, so I have no idea what kind of AI he is.
Wait, you have the Quick Claw equipped, right?
No.
Oh, I was about to say if you did, that's probably how you beat that guy, just because I couldn't outspeed it.
I actually forgot to pick it up straight up.
All
So
right.
it just dawned on me that because they never taught feint attack, I will never be using metal sound, so I might as well just get rid of it.
It's okay. You get cow
Also,
toe cleave at level 54.
my plan for Jasmine is also out the window, so I guess I'm going with the dynamic punch strat.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah,
We
you
can...
got one shot by
No.
dynamic punch.
No, I lived.
Dynamic punch?
Yeah. 20 HP left from full health.
Well, makes you feel any better. Afterwards, I did some real bad overworlding.
Dude, quit hitting yourself. Remember when I said I wanted to get the mint berry for this fight in case I survive dynamic punch? I'm kind of regret not picking it up.
That was my strategy that I planned on not telling you, and then I just didn't do it.
Dude, the high HP and high defense is really coming in clutch. Like, imagine being 4 times weak to fighting and surviving a dynamic punch. Tyranitar would be so jealous.
I'm actually kind of happy that I accidentally battled a whole bunch of the spinners, because I think being level 30 there was probably very important.
In the next run, I'm going to try and be 30 before even getting to Cianwood. Because I need to outspeed the Hitmonlee, because that Hitmonlee caused more resets than Chuck did.
Yeah,
His
I bet you
Primate-
if you face the Gyarados trainer, you can probably get to
Exactly,
30
yeah.
pretty quick.
Also, the Primate is kind of an idiot. It only ever used Leer and Fury swipes.
Oh, mine went karate chop.
I'm actually gonna fight these spinners here.
Now that you've beaten them, you want to know what happened in my battle?
What?
I got hit by karate chop, and I'm like, well, this one's lost. But then I went to the Poliwrath, and he used dynamic punch, got a miss. Used dynamic punch, got a miss, and then he died.
Makes sense. Oh,
I
hello,
never even got a
bolting lazy.
flinch, which was something I was hopefully banking on.
If King Gambit gets a Mega and ZA, how insane would that be? It'd be way too overpowered.
The way you made this say that this evolves, I don't even know if you'll be able to get one. Because that means they would have to bring the mechanic into Legends ZA.
Yeah, exactly the way it evolves. Fun fact, there are some Pokemon you can use in Scarlet and Violet, like you have to transfer them from another game. Like, for example, Weirdeer, Ursaluna. You cannot evolve them in Scarlet and Violet. You have to evolve it in Legends ZA, or in Legends Arceus, and then you gotta transfer it over.
So you're telling me that when the Pokemon Company F's up and makes a really bad evolution mechanic, they double down and say, we're not going to make the future games available for these Pokemon to evolve. You're just going to have to bring them to the future games.
Well, they have changed evolutions as you go. Like, remember, I'm not sure if you remember this. It was from, like, Gen 4. But you know how, like, to get Glaceon or Leafeon, you had to level them up near, like, a particular rock? Like the Icy Rock or...
No,
like,
I've never
the
gotten one
Mossy
legit.
Rock? Well, in Generation 8, they scrapped that mechanic entirely and just made them stone evolutions. They made Leafeon a Leaf Stone and Glaceon an Ice Stone. Just because they were tired of having to program custom locations just to evolve those things. Similar thing with Magneton to Magnezone, because you would have to level it up in a place with a lot of like magnetic energy to evolve it. But they changed that, so Magneton now evolves with a Thunderstone.
So apparently MVF told me that I forgot the Secret Potion. And I did.
Like Leafeon should have always been. Yeah. I mean, they can always change evolution methods. They've done it before. Like, look at Feebas. Feebas, I think, has had its evolution method changed at least twice. Like, in Gen 3, when it was introduced, you had to have a max beauty stat from, like, those contests. Then in Gen 4, I think it was still the beauty thing. Then when they got rid of contests, they introduced a prism scale to evolve it. And then in games where the contest came back, they brought back that evolution method, but they still kept the prism scale. So I think to this day, Feebas still has 2 methods of evolving. It's kind of funny. Hello, Gipsy Sprite. Except Overquill, he's
Isn't
the
that the
same
one that
kind.
has 2 evolutions as well?
Uh,
No, that's Phoebe. No, that's a different one. Never mind. It's a little fish.
Feebas evolves into Milotic.
Yeah, I was thinking of the wrong one. I was thinking one that evolves into Gorobus and the other one.
Oh, that's Clamperl. I always forget that's even a Pokemon.
Is it that bad?
No, it's just kind of forgettable. Like,
They made a
pretty
whole episode on it. I watched it like 20 times as a kid because they really, really liked putting that episode on cable.
yeah, but when you play the actual game, like, pretty much no trainer even uses it, and it's you have to like dive underwater to like even encounter it. No trainer uses it, and the Pokemon it evolves into aren't really that good. Oh, interesting. So, Hisuian Quillfish can evolve into Overquill in Scarlet and Violet, but not Stantler into Weirdeer in Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, that's just weird. Hello, Vincent Chaos. One of the main villains from Coliseum uses both Huntail and Gorobus, though. Yeah, but I never played Coliseum because I never owned a GameCube.
I know what you're talking about, and I still don't remember that battle. And I beat Pokemon Coliseum multiple times. It's one of the reasons why I learned that I didn't like Umbreon. I forced myself to use only Umbreon and Espeon for basically the whole entire game.
Ouch.
Not because like they're better than the other Pokemon, but because they were just a higher level than all the other Pokemon.
Mm. Honestly, me attempting a solo run made me hate Umbreon. I realized its stats and move pool just suck. I think it
As an
still
adult
does.
now, as an adult, I'm curious how much faster I can beat Pokemon Coliseum if I were to just like find the dark Pokemon that I want, catch the dark Pokemon, and then actually use a better Pokemon that's not Espeon. I really liked the soundtrack to Pokemon Coliseum as well. If you guys watch all my scripted videos, which are over 2 years old and very cringy, uh, the starting music is the Pokemon Coliseum starting music,
So
like the
that's
very
what
first
that
like
was.
10 seconds.
Clamper line gets minimal screen time since it tends to be very out of the way, plus their trade item evos. Yeah, that's another reason. Alright, I'm gonna try out the metal sound strat. Dude, Iron Tail does like 10 damage. And Feint Attack does like 3/4. I don't know how
Yeah,
much
John,
Dynamic Punch would do.
I didn't get into this challenge because I thought it was something I could do. I got in this challenge because this is something I do.
He only ever
I mean,
played them
I
with
still
one
have
Pokemon.
a memory of playing Pokemon the blue Sapphire, and
Yeah.
I know I've mentioned it many times that my strategy for all the Pokemon games is to battle everything. And so I had a level 70-ish Blaziken for the double battle, but I think I had to physically catch another Pokemon, I think, and put it in my party. I don't think it allowed me to do it in Sapphire or something like that. Or maybe my brain just didn't allow me to do a double battle with a single Pokemon. I don't know how that works. I know Speed would probably know.
Hello, Ike. Clamperl has more special attack than any other Pokemon. How much special attack does it? What are you talking about? What Clamp? I've looked at Clamperl's stats. Why are you saying it has a high special attack? Clamperl's evolution items doubles one of its stats. Like it only works on Clamperl? So
Yeah,
deep.
Tate lies that.
So the Deep Sea Tooth boosts special attack. Does it only boost Clamperls? Or does it work on like the final stage? Just Clam Pearl? Jeez. Hey, Steve, where are you at?
The Rocket Underground.
Dang, you're slightly
Sorry,
ahead of me.
sorry. The basement rival.
Slightly ahead of me. Well, I know why. It's because I got my rare candies. I get my rare candies before doing the Rocket Tower.
No, the reason why you're behind is because you lost so many times that Hitmonlee.
Shut up. You should have struggled too.
I lived at 10 HP. I don't know what to tell you. Well, no, actually, I lived at 30 HP, and then the Hitmonchan used Fire Punch instead of Mach Punch.
That
It must not have
Hitmonchan does
had
not
Mach
have.
Punch.
It doesn't have Mach Punch.
Oh, so you're
I
telling me
remember.
they made the right move choice?
Yep. How early can you get Deep Sea Tooth? I have no idea. Are you gonna learn Night Slash?
No, I'm keeping Dynamic Punch.
How well did Dynamic Punch work on Jasmine?
2-shot, as expected. Although it did hit itself, so I'm not really sure if it would have been a 2-shot.
Because
It would have been close.
With the 3 metal sounds, Feint Attack was a 2-shot, but Dynamic Punch is definitely the faster option.
Yeah, but that assumes you hit it.
Yeah, but then again, like, what's it gonna do to you? Iron Tail does like 10 damage. I think
Well, now
Dynamic
you have
Punch
coverage
is...
that I don't. You have dark moves and I don't.
Where would that help at, though?
I have no idea. I was just pointing it out.
I guess theoretically I still have Metal Sound if I want to combine that with anything.
I mean, Night Slash is one has so much power that I guess if it was super effective, it could be more powerful than Return on like Will, maybe.
Maybe.
But as far as Feint Attack is concerned, I don't think Feint Attack is ever going to be stronger than Headbutt.
No. Alright, now that I've just faced the rival, which is one of the hardest fights, I can now fight the one Rattata. All the while existing in a type gets very competitive. Makes sense.
Did you know you can't use an escape rope in the radio tower?
I wish.
I just accidentally did it.
No, Steve. It wasn't an accident. You were experimenting. It was science.
Yes, science. Definitely not me trying to use an ether and accidentally clicking on it.
Right. Man, PP is kind of tight with Headbutt. But I'm not going to get Return
Wait,
until...
Headbutt. Interesting.
Well, I'm getting Return when I finish the basement section.
Oh, I got Return at my normal getting Return spot.
Yeah, I just don't like doing the flying around that early.
Who would be the most troublesome? Probably Lance.
I don't know.
I don't have
Hello,
a move
Bosco.
that's ice or rock, so probably Lance. I mean, I guess I should have picked up Rollout now that I think about it. I don't really have a plan for Lance now that I think about it.
It's simple. You got Dynamic Punch. Just make them all hit themselves.
I'm now thinking I might go back and pick up Rollout.
That's an option.
Because it will one-shot all of them. Problem is, it won't outspeed all of them either. Bruno's only a problem if you don't one-shot.
Well, his Machamp might live and use Cross Chop.
Yeah, but I mean, Cross Chop's 80% accurate. You will eventually win.
Yeah, but it's his last Pokemon. Like, it's gonna be a time waster. Just joined the Discord. What I missed. Not much. I could steal Bill's title of biggest Pokemaniac very easily. Probably could. Well, with what you said earlier, I'm pretty sure you used Bulbapedia.
Are you gonna get acid armor? Increase that already good defense?
You know, I might actually get it. Remember how useful Iron Defense was for Diancie?
Yep.
Yeah, it was the best move in the game.
It could actually help for Bruno, I'm not even kidding.
Well, it's better than Metal Sound. Did you actually delete it?
I did not teach it, no.
Ah. Well, it may not even help anyway, but you never know. The Hitmontop loves using Dig.
John, the only way I would play Pokemon Coliseum on the channel is if I could play it at like 3 times speed.
Wouldn't that just be, like, hard to control? I don't know how the controls
Bro,
work for that
at
game.
1 time speed was infuriating. Not just like the battles, the talking is slow in the game, the walking is slow in the game, the battling is slow in the game. Everything in that game is slow. The animations for like when your Pokemon finally get healed by Celebi is slow. Everything in that game is slow. That game needs to be 2 times faster in general.
Right. Oh, Steve,
Well,
did you see
Steve
the,
Speed was playing the N64 one where you couldn't play it 2 times. Or which one were you just recently playing where you couldn't speed it up?
Pokemon Stadium? Are you talking about
No, he's talking about Coliseum.
I never played Coliseum.
Yeah, but in general, I'm talking about the emulator. Which emulator couldn't you speed up?
Oh, PJ64?
Again, stop saying that.
Project 64.
Exactly, there you go.
I assume that's what everybody said.
I've never heard it called that ever.
What?
And I've at least heard of 4 people. So it's a very small sample size.
Coliseum will never be
Interesting.
re-released because Game Freak hates it. I wouldn't be surprised if they do, because I don't think the game was made by Game Freak.
Area 91. I would not be against that. It would have to be a once a week run if that's something you're fine with.
He wants to see a Let's Play series of Coliseum.
Yeah, that would. I mean, I'd be pretty excited to play that too.
Yeah, you should try and start doing some more like casual streams. I'm sure, like, because
They still
I'm
have
sure
to be
some
Pokemon.
people- Oh, obviously, yeah, but well, for you,
Unfortunately, unlike Speed, I'm not gonna play non-Pokemon games and
you're not
maybe
gonna.
accidentally ruin my algorithm.
I don't know. It seems to be just fine for me, but I've been doing it for a year at this point, so kind of expected. Plus, it's always on the same day every week, so people kind of know when to expect it's not going to be a Pokemon thing. Breeding Pokemon Ranger, Channel, and Garden. Part of me thinks they would make another Ranger game, but that game was only really designed for the DS in mind, which is why there hasn't been a new one made in like 15 years.
All right, well, I guess it's official. We're gonna be playing Pokemon Coliseum at some point.
Was
see.
he asking for it, or did he like do a donation incentive?
He just did it twice. Now it's $40. Now we definitely have to do
Oh my
it.
god. He did 2 separate $20 donations?
Yeah, it might have
Oh
been
my
an
God.
accident, but
Misclick.
oh, John Calibro did it twice. My bad. I
Wow,
didn't
you're
even
giving
notice
credit
that.
to the wrong person, dude. Now John
I'm
feels
sorry.
upset.
Well, one person was talking about it, and the other one did the donation. I didn't even think about that.
Thank you,
John said he
MVF.
accidentally did it double.
MVF showed up again just for Dratini. I
All
don't
right,
know why he needs to do
so
that.
now I'm trying to think. You know what? We can make it Sundays because now football is gonna be done with Sundays. So as soon as football is done, we can make it every Sunday. Like my team has already lost, but I still like watching. Well, John, if you don't want to consider it a waste, you could always come up with like a backport or something to do, or 4 of them.
Honestly, for $20, John, make it something bad.
And you can pick the game too. I didn't save. That was probably very dumb.
Where you at, Bill?
No, the rival.
Oh.
Apparently, we can't learn Earthquake.
Yeah, that would make too much. Well, dude, what about this thing can make giant earthquakes? But I mean, it can dig.
Yeah, with its. So I'm looking at the icon right now, and it looks like it has literal rockets for hands.
I think I used the generic monster icon. I'm not kidding. Acid armor might actually be useful for the league.
I agree. I actually do think it would be.
Oh, hold on. You got rollout, right?
No, I didn't.
Why did I say that? I was wondering whether I should go get it.
It doesn't
but I
matter.
think I
I've
should.
already started the league.
Honestly, it's not like anything on his team has Intimidate. I think I'll be fine. I might just skip it. Return will probably, well, maybe not one shot, but I have my berry still.
I do have Dynamic Punch, so I mean, worst comes to worst, I can rely on those kind of strats.
Ah, yes, Dynamic Punch on a flying type.
Didn't say it was a good strat. I said it was a strat. Can you believe this, Fortress? I dynamic punched it, and it just decided it was not going to hit itself.
Oh, Ike, you have the PAL version of Coliseum. Yeah, that feels bad.
Wait, what does that mean?
Basically, PAL is basically like European, because back then when they released games, they had 2 versions of the same game, NTSC and PAL. The main difference was that they had to run on 2 different like kinds of TVs, like back in the day, because Europe had like different TVs with like a different refresh rate. So they had to adjust the game's like speed slightly to match the refresh rate of the TV. So the PAL games actually run slightly slower. I only know that from like seeing people talk about speedruns and stuff, especially with like the older games.
Dang it, I managed to hit the dynamic punch on Machamp, and it still didn't hit itself. And it hit cross chop. Ironically, I didn't even think it was Machamp. I actually thought it was Onyx.
Well, John, I'm sure you're used to PAL because that's what all games were like. Plus, that's what the TVs were like. But like, if you played like NTSC, like if you live in America or Japan, and you tried PAL, you would absolutely notice just how much slower the games ran. It's actually a thing in Mario Kart too. Like way back in the old days when people like on random like video game forums, like they told each other's like single like track times. You know how you can do like time
you won
trials?
first try? That's insane.
Acid armor, dude. Acid armor.
Oh.
But he couldn't even kill me. But
yeah, it did.
Yeah, but yeah, back in the day when people on the internet kept track of everyone's Mario Kart like time trial times, there had to be conversions for people who played on PAL because it ran slower. Ass armor. Yeah, that's what it's called. Dude, this thing is tanky as hell. Like, my god.
For anybody wondering why I didn't heal, it's because I purposely went into Karen not full HP.
Yeah, because if you go in not at full health, her AI is less likely to use turn 1 sand attack. I think
You know what it
Snowy
used?
did the odds on it. It brings the odds down from like 90% to like 60
You want to guess what move it used?
sand attack.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
To be fair, it did miss,
Oh
so
my
I'm perfectly happy with the results.
You know what's funny? The Gyarados on Lance's team used turn 1 Rain Dance, and guess what the second Pokemon was?
Blastoise?
Charizard.
Oh,
And his flamethrower did like nothing. Also, I forgot to equip my Paralysis Cure Berry.
I got the pink bow.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god, you know what he used for his third Pokemon?
But
Fire Blast Dragonite.
good job, Lance. Where's my paralysis?
He's really trying to blow it. Okay, well, I just lucked my way through Lance, so I'm very, very happy. Very pleased. I got a Thunder Wave miss and a return crit.
I had to come back into the fight with Paralysis Cure Berry. It used Safeguard. Miss Thunderwave? Okay.
If only
Also,
there
I
was a
think
way to come
Rollout
back
would
at
have...
64. Yeah, Rollout would have crushed.
I didn't get it either, yeah. It
That's embarrassing.
Quicker. Did you reset before it saved?
No, I went into I went into Elm's lab to get the SS ticket, and I healed at the table instead of picking up the SS ticket.
Heal up when the Elite Four already healed your Pokemon for you.
I didn't say it was a smart decision. I'm just saying it's what I did.
Hello, Sir Smokes-a-Lot. Welcome back. Hey, Steve, are you going to be getting that vitamin that's in the water? You have to get off the ship to get it. Those of you wondering what we're talking about, we only found out this item exists through the Pokemon Crystal randomizers. In Vermilion City, when you get off the ship, if you immediately surf into the water and go right, there's actually a hidden vitamin in one of those little fences in the water. And the only way to surf to it is you have to get off of the ship. Because you can't get on the ship because the NPC forces you to go down. Which is kind of funny.
I don't even remember what vitamin it is.
I guess I could have checked it, but oh well. Dang it, he saw me. Free Magnemite guy.
I've had Metal Claw this entire run, and I think I've used it twice.
I deleted that move a long time ago. Auto Cleave. Sure. I'll see if that move has any use.
I should have deleted it a long time ago.
Oh, Steve, here is a question. Well, I guess you can't do it because you didn't teach the move, but you know how for most runs we use Curse? What if instead of Curse, we use Swords Dance Acid Armor to get the exact same thing as Curse?
Here's an answer. No.
What? You're not going to do it?
Oh, are you that scared of Snorlax?
Well, I mean, whenever you use Curse, you just get the defense boost anyway.
Yeah, well, the defense boost is only useful against Snorlax and possibly Espeon if you can somehow lower its accuracy enough to use Swift.
I guess that's a good point, yeah. I mean, it'd be fun. It was just a funny idea, because theoretically
No,
you can
definitely do it. Definitely do it. I think it'll be very funny.
I mean, the moveset's not going to be that intuitive. It's just going to be Return, Swords Dance, Rest. What's the fourth move going to be?
Something you don't need.
Cow toe cleave.
How dare Espeon use Sand Attack?
I do
It's
wonder,
almost like Sabrina can't hit me.
right? She's like, what is this? What's this
Right,
immortal being? It's immune to my powers. I've never seen it before. Like, how do you think Sabrina must feel to be, like, especially in, like, Red and Blue when we backported Dark type? Imagine how she feels knowing there's something out there that takes no damage from Psychic.
Don't use Red and Blue as an example, because she has the one Pokemon that can defeat it. The mighty Venomoth. In this game, she literally can't hit you.
Fire Red and Leaf Green, she can't even hit you.
Then again, I guess it's more of a surprise in Red Blue because she's never seen it before.
Yeah, but it's funny because like she's so used
she'll just
to
be
like
using psychic moves and be like, I can't hit it. Why?
Did I just heal at the center? Why did I do that?
Probably.
I just
I don't
realized
even know what
what
center you're talking about because I've never done it.
I don't know. It's a bad habit of mine. Like whenever I take damage from a gym leader, I'm just so used to using the center right afterwards. And
are you talking about after Erica?
it's the center in Saffron. I have a bad habit of healing there. Just because like I took damage at Erica, I think I need to. Well, now I've
never
got to go.
ever considered that. I
It's a
always just
bad
consider that the center not existing. I just make the decision: do I skip Sabrina or do I not skip Sabrina based on how much HP I have remaining? Although I usually have a max potion, and I think that's my alternative.
Yeah, it's just a bad habit I have. I think it's because of the Gen 1 runs, because I heal at the Saffron Center like every single run.
True.
And I guess that habit just carried over. But now I have to encounter the almighty Jumpluff girl. That's what she has, right?
After this, I'm gonna have to look into Dolphin settings. I already have it installed. I've had it installed this entire time. Now, how fast can I do it?
Do what?
How fast can I make Dolphin go up to?
Well, don't make it like so extremely fast it's unplayable.
I don't think there's any kind of speed that you can make so fast it's unplayable other than like 10 times speed.
What about, I mean, how bad
Do you remember RBY's or like early videos? Oh my god, I just battled Nugget Guy at Nugget Bridge.
I am literally fighting him right now. It was by accident.
Wait, how'd you catch up to me? Oh, right, the skip. The worst part is I skipped Jumpluff Girl and Magnemite Guy. I should be gaining time on you. Also, I didn't battle a single trainer in Sabrina's gym. So I don't know how in the world you're doing this.
I know how I'm ahead. I never fought Sabrina.
Oh.
I guess I just forgot.
Okay, John, that's good. I appreciate that. I'm curious if there's a button that I can make it change the speed ups.
Maybe.
I bet you there are probably parts of the game that require going a little bit slower.
I know with BizHawk, I can use the plus and minus buttons to adjust the speed.
Oh, John, are you saying, are those the recommendations or are those for the $20?
Mods make him forget to fight Sabrina. No, I'll fight Sabrina. I just gotta get Power Plant.
He wants me to redo Gengar and Alakazam for the leaderboard.
I absolutely agree with him. Those runs should be like at the top.
They are at the top.
They should be at the further top.
Should have specified.
I mean, I mean, I don't know if you can see your leaderboard on your other monitor, but what Pokemon rank ahead of it?
John, I would have to actually look up where those Pokemon are. I don't even know if I can catch them. I imagine the odds of getting either Gengar or Alakazam are probably near zero.
What are you
because
talking about?
they would show up as Ghastlies or Haunters. Oh, for the stealing thing for save edit. You can save edit GameCube games.
I mean, if it's on an emulator, you probably could. I don't know if PK Hex supports Coliseum.
Interesting. I do remember though that I used to use Typhlosion in Coliseum. Like, I eventually swapped out Umbreon for Typhlosion because I love Typhlosion.
Have you ever tried to cut down the tree in front of Surge's gym and get the full heal?
All the time.
Mm-hmm. It's unavoidable. Just like death and taxes.
I would argue that both of them are avoidable. They're just illegal, and you'll eventually get caught.
What, death is illegal?
Well, you can fake your death.
Smartass.
Actually, one leads to the other. You fake your death to avoid taxes.
Hey, Steve, Surge is actually trying to play good. I'm trying to spam dig on everything. His Electrode kept spamming double team, and I kept missing. I was almost
Oh,
thinking...
that happened to me a few runs ago. I think we were playing with Scott, and it didn't matter to either you or Scott.
You know what's funny, though? I was actually thinking of using Cow Toe Cleave on him because I taught it, and that move skips accuracy checks, but Return just hit it. Hey, Steve, are you going to get all 16 badges and get the free HP up?
I completely forgot about that.
I actually found out what item he gives in the remix. Axe, you told me.
And?
Apparently in the remix he gives a PP Max, and it's apparently the only one in the game.
Well, that's a worthwhile prize.
Yeah, but at that point, like, when all you have left is red, how useful is a PP Max?
Agreed.
Actually, you know, Steve, I actually found one use for Cow Toe Cleave. Rock. Because, you know, some of his Pokemon might survive.
See,
dig.
here's this thing I have that you don't. It's called Metal Claw.
Well, I was just saying, like, with the high defense, something might survive.
Yes, the high defense with low levels.
Hey, funnier things have happened, okay?
I see John has messaged me, so I assume he is showing me how PK Hex works for Coliseum.
I don't know, man. You should play Earthbound. It seems like your kind of game.
Never. You know, like, the thing is, I have a bias against that because I played him or I've given him so many chances, Ness, and
Smash.
yeah, and it was terrible. It was just so bad. I can't tell you how many times I'm like falling off a cliff. I use like whatever the B up attack is, and the B up attack normally in everybody else it makes you jump higher or lets you avoid falling off the map, and this one just makes you stand still and fall to your death.
Well, that's because you're not good at the character. It takes skill to play him.
How do you fall? Like, not fall to your death?
You gotta have the electric ball hit Ness. Like, you can't just like stay there and do nothing. Plus, you use it as an attacking move too. I mean, you gotta. I don't know if you still play Smash, but it'd be really funny if I got. If you still did, it'd be really funny if I got my brother to use Ness and fight you in Smash, because my brother has a funny thing where someone will claim to him like, "Hey, I'm really good at Smash Bros," and then he'll challenge him, and then my brother wins 90% of the time. It happened with my older sister's boyfriend once.
I can't even beat the computer on 9, and I know that's something that's really easy.
Dude, he's trained on level 9 CPUs for years, and he's fought them so many times, he knows how to predict their AI, and beat them every time. I wonder if I should have used my rare candies before Blue to get Swords Dance early.
Sounds unnecessary.
Flamethrower did kind of hurt, though.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I think I just lost the run.
What did you do?
So before I fought Blue, I went into the menus and instead of saving, I went to the options section, and once again, instead of saving, I accidentally backed out and started the battle. And I'm like, what's the worst that could happen? I could lose, and then I lost.
Blackout, blackout. Don't feel bad. The CPUs in Smash Ultimate are actually good. My brother thinks they're the easiest thing in the whole game. Like, he's that good at Smash. Like, I remember when we were younger, he was he spent his whole time playing nothing but Smash Bros on our Wii, because that was the only version of Smash Bros we had. Well, we had the 3DS version, but he didn't really like playing it. He preferred the Wii version. Like, he would play like the Subspace Emissary all over again, and then he got so good at it, I decided, hey, you're playing Smash Bros a lot, I'm gonna try and play with you too. And he kept kicking my butt so much, he made me rage quit the game so many times. But then eventually, after a while of him being very stubborn, not letting me win, I actually got good and started beating him. Kind of like when Steve was trying to reteach me the Pokemon TCG, because I haven't played it in a couple of years. Steve would not take it easy on me, because like that's just how he is. And then I was able to get good
That's
enough.
how my grandfather taught me how to play checkers. He would not let me win, so that way when I won, it would be that much better.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, I wasn't asking him to let me win. It was just that was just the attitude he had. But then one day, Steve and I were doing some TCG matches, and I beat him 2 out of 3. And it felt good. He couldn't believe it happened.
One of them is a play mistake, but yes. One of them was a play mistake where I boasted and then made a wrong play.
That's where the concept of sandbagging was born.
Yes, I don't do that. I don't sandbag. That's
What? Can you tell me
disgraceful.
what sandbagging is?
It's purposely doing worse.
Oh, to make your opponent let
It's
their guard down or something?
What? No, it's it's just a fancy way of saying purposely losing.
Oh, the CPUs would do it? Oh. Wait, why would a real person purposefully lose? Okay, that Charizard crit me with Flamethrower, but I want to actually see if I can survive a regular Flamethrower. You know, without the crit.
Man, if this was Gen 1, I would actually be thanking that Pikachu for hitting me with Charm.
I should have used Rest. Why am I not... I should really just use Quick Claw.
No! Oh, I just made the biggest mistake I possibly could have made. I just rested on Espeon thinking it wasn't going to be a big deal.
Mud Slap.
And it just hit me with 4 mud slaps.
I think that's the only move it can use.
It has Swift. Not like this. 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 No! Ooh, I lost to the Blastoise after like 6, 7, 8 misses.
Alright, I think the appropriate strat here is just get to +4 attack and just hope you get the Quick Claw.
Quick Claw?
I mean, what are you using? There's no way you outspeed the Charizard.
Sure. Charizard. That's the threat.
Well, what else is the threat? Espeon?
Well, apparently the Espeon is the threat to me.
Dang, I don't even survive a regular one. I think actually may have had a point with Rain Dance.
I don't know what is wrong with you, but I easily survive, like not even close.
Wait, the Flamethrower?
108.23.
How did
Yeah.
you survive It killed me in one shot at full health. What level were you?
I'm A, not even at full health, and B, I survived with like 60.
What level were you?
70.
That would explain it. I was trying to avoid using
Oh,
rare candies.
I just pulled up your stream. Yeah, you're so much lower.
In first runs, I like to experiment with not using rare candies, see if I could skip any. The answer for this is no.
Yes, the strat was basically just make sure you're not paralyzed.
All right. Since the Pikachu got my health really low, I just gotta hope for a Quick Claw. Darn.
We're not exactly the fastest Pokemon, but we can outspeed half of his team. Well, since I have Foresight, I'm going to go ahead and put... Ooh, this is a tough choice. I think I'll put 110 to 114.
That's literally my over-under.
Yep. That's what I picked for you.
Also, I got the Quick Claw.
Mine wasn't even close. I put over under 103. I thought everything in the game would be easy. Except Chuck.
Surprisingly, I think the hardest trainer in the game might honestly just be Hitmonlee guy. Hey, Guillotine. Sure, teach it over return. 110.05. Hey, look, now I can say I finished the game with Guillotine.
Well,
game
guys.
time.
I got my normal first victory. Now it's time to get destroyed in run 2.
Dude, I was 5 seconds from the under.
Yeah, your over under was really good.
Honestly, yeah, it was pretty spot on.
Mine was not.
So you're saying the Charizard, like, is nowhere close to one-shotting you at level 70?
Right. Pikachu
So-
had hit me like 2 times with Thunder. Oh, here's the other problem. You were using Quick Claw. I was using Leftovers, so I pretty much had mostly full HP going into Charizard.
Part of me wants to trust you on that, but at the same time...
You can do it again. Just reset.
You know what? I know I finished the run. I just want to test ranges on Charizard. Oh, I should probably equip Quick Claw first.
Just get hit
Or
by
not
one
Quick Claw, Leftovers.
flamethrower. Just look. All right, so the over-under should be like, let's see. What do you think we're going to save in the next run?
I think I'll save like 2 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think there's like a lot of room to cut, but there's definitely some room to cut. Probably 106.
Man, this Pikachu is not on his A game today. He's missed so many Thunders today. Like, he's like every other Pikachu now. Alright, let's see how much a Flamethrower does. Oh. And it burned me. Dang, dude, that's just not nice. Okay, so, I live with decent health, but,
Right.
I'll have to make sure I get past the Pikachu.
And the next
with close to
Pokemon
full
is
health.
an Espeon, which outspeeds you. So you do need to have a little bit more HP. Because if you do get a miss, that's going to be really unfortunate.
Honestly, in that instance, I'm more leaning towards Rain Dance. Acid Armor was completely useless this fight.
Yeah, but you made the genius call to keep Acid Dance in the league. That was really helpful.
Yeah, but I can go to the Celadon department store, just purchase one Rain Dance and just teach it for red, and then I'll use it on the Venusaur, so that way Charizard's Flamethrower will do so little, I'll have enough health for Espeon. And it'll be more consistent, too. If going back...
Venusaur? The second Pokemon. You mean Pikachu?
No, it's because the problem is Venusaur has Sunny Day. It could get rid of the rain.
The second Pokemon is Charizard, so if you're doing it
the
to
second
make
Pokemon's
Flamethrower...
Venusaur. Was Venusaur was Charizard the actual second for you, or are you misremembering?
Either I'm misremembering or the Venusaur was so easy I didn't even think about it.
Oh, he almost always sends out Venusaur before Charizard, all because of Sunny Day.
Oh. If he did, then it was so easy I didn't even think about it.
It's easy, yeah.
I'll easily make misrememberings if it's not important information.
Well, no. Kiwi, I'm not going to use Rain Dance on the Pikachu and give him perfect Thunders. I'm gonna
I
use
found
it
the
on the
Pikachu to be completely and utterly inconsequential when you have leftovers on.
yeah, it's annoying when he uses paralysis though, and you have to use rest. That makes it kind of annoying because I do worry he might crit thunder at some point.
I'm more annoyed that after waking up from rest, he's gonna guaranteed hit me with the thunder because it's Pikachu, Red's Pikachu, and if I get paralyzed off of that first thunder, I'm gonna be so mad because I'm gonna wake up and immediately use return because I'm slower.
I'm doing 108 to 1010.
All right, I'm gonna hit the restroom.
All right, I think the only two main changes I'm going to make, get rollout for Lance to make him quicker, and purchase Rain Dance for Red, and I'll use it on Venusaur, so that way the Charizard's more consistent and it won't put me in red bar. Let me take a look at the moveset here. A Metal Sound and Feint Attack is what I use for Jasmine, but since we take so little damage from Iron Tail, I think using Dynamic Punch is just the better idea. And Acid Armor is completely useful in the league, mainly for Bruno, because it sounds like Steve got a bunch of resets on Bruno. Alright, and Night Slash and Kowtow Cleave were honestly kind of useless.
Bruno was really annoying because I kept on hitting Dynamic Punch and he kept not hitting himself and managing to hit a cross chop.
That's funny. Why is Bide on the moveset if Bide isn't in Gen 9? I believe he made that as a replacement
Let me go look. Bide is...
I actually don't know. Metal Burst?
Metal Burst.
You look at what that move does.
Metal Burst does 1.5 times the damage, and it's both counter and Metal Claw.
Oh, okay. I guess that was a good
Bide,
replacement.
Bide is like a counter or Metal Claw, but indiscriminate.
So yeah.
But yeah.
The two changes I'll make is Dynamic Punch on Jasmine, and rollout for Red, or rollout for Lance, and Rain Dance on Red. Those are the only three changes I'm going to make, plus get all the rare candies. I might actually use them before Blue, that way I have Swords Dance for him. Because I was so close, 64, I may as well just use them there. Speed up the fight.
Out of curiosity, chat, I've been doing Steel Wing for Iron Head, and I don't know, I don't feel good about it. I feel like even it is probably the best replacement, it just feels like a really bad replacement.
Says the guy who uses Fly Move.
Fly Move is in there on purpose. In fact, there are two moves here that should get Fly Move, both Air Slash and Aerial Ace.
Why does this Pokemon learn Fly?
And Aerial Ace. See, here, Kiwi, I didn't understand what to do for Torment. I was like, I guess Encore is close enough. That Gen 2 doesn't really have that many options.
Dude, Torment is one of the most trolly moves. I hate that move with a burning passion.
I thought about just not giving it a move.
Those of you wondering what Torment does, it prevents the opponent from using the same move twice in a row. So, like, you have to constantly alternate your moveset. It's really annoying. Like, imagine on Red if he had Torment and you can't just spam return. You had to alternate between like return and curse, then return, then rest. Like, imagine having to do that. Not fun.
Yeah, unfortunately Encore isn't exactly the same, but it was like the closest I could get.
So are you doing a third run with your donation incentive, or is that towards something else?
That is up to John. I think John was gonna probably pick like maybe another backport or something, unless he wants me to do a third run.
Encore is broken, Torment is useless. Encore is useless in a solo run, unless like you were using Swords Dance, but Torment in solo runs, when the opponent has it, is extremely, extremely annoying. Like, I've had resets because of Torment in the past. But yeah.
If you guys ever have questions on why moves are being selected over other moves, by all means bring it up. I purposely keep this like stream starting soon thing where I got the left and right side of the move so you guys can see exactly the 1-for-1 replacements.
Well, I mean, not exactly, because like people would have to like connect the dots, because sometimes you do change the levels. Like this thing doesn't have a level 6
Oh,
and 8 move.
well, okay, yeah, but that's my go-to. If something's got like 5, 6, 7 level 8, level 1 moves, I default to 6, then I default to 8, then I default to 10. Because I still want them to get the option to learn them. Sometimes, though, I will do like an upgraded tree. Like, for instance, some Pokemon will get both Scratch and Vice Grip. Not actually Vice Grip, but like something close to Vice Grip on
Yeah.
their as their level 1 moves. I'm like, okay, well, if they have 5 moves, okay, Vice Grip's gonna be level 6, so it feels like you're getting an upgrade instead of starting with the upgrade.
Yep. All right, so you ready for a run two?
Yep, I got my border and everything.
Oh, okay. 3, 2, 1, go. I should consider attempting to make my own text box border at some point. I wonder if it's easy.
In Gen 1, the logic for Steel Wing is real simple. Or not, sorry, not Steel Wing. Iron Head. It's just 1-for-1 with Tri Attack.
Don't forget to name the rival Ike. Because Ike loves grass types. He loves grass types so much he steals Chikorita all the time.
What's on its back?
King Gambit? I don't know. It just looks like it wears a bunch of armor.
Is it a cape?
I don't
'Cause
know. The whole Pokemon's made of metal.
My little GIF here, it looks like it's a metal cape, but it also looks like it's a circular metal cape. So it almost reminds me of the turtle shell from Dragon Ball. It's almost like King Roshi's shell.
Hey,
King
Mill.
Roshi.
Hey, Speed. My kid says hello that he loves your streams. Oh, that's nice. Tell him I said hi. His hair became his throne because he is the king.
You mean crown?
That's what Ike says.
Ike, you could have been doing this with us.
Ike is not ready to embrace the goodness that is TM44.
You don't even technically need it for this run. You only need it if you get paralyzed.
Hey, Ike will like that. It's strategic. Just made his day. Yeah, thanks.
Oh, I was close. I almost ran from the rival battle.
Yes, officer. I know who stole it. I know who stole the grass starter. You finally finished Metaphor Refan T-Zone. Now I need to catch up on my backlog of solo runs. We'll have to start Gen 2. Oh yeah, embrace the TM44. Your favorite move.
He's made an exception just for red, but he's not going to use it anywhere else.
Yeah, it's because he's too scared to run away from TM44. He knows he has to come crawling back.
I think it's more or less the fact that the Pokemon are just so incredibly strong. You just kind of need more HP bars.
Nah, just get to level 100 like Madrybred does.
Oh, yes, that strat, to get to level 100 strat. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
I don't know if I haven't really watched too much of his stuff, but I don't know if he's ever used Rest in Gen 2.
I haven't watched his stuff. The worst part is I watched like basically. So back when I first started, I only watched Madrybred and J Rose, and I actually liked Madrybred stuff even better. So I watched all of Madrybred stuff first, and then I watched all of J Rose's stuff. And I wasn't a big fan of his strategy, but I just liked the fact that he played bad Pokemon.
J-Rose? Yeah.
No, Madrybred played bad Pokemon. J Rose
Oh.
didn't at that point in time. Like the worst thing he played was like Ponyta.
Yep.
He had those troll videos with the Magikarp and Eevee where he didn't finish the run. Or I wouldn't. I guess they're not troll videos. They're informative, even though they're old. I agree.
Imagine if
Point
we
High is
hopped.
really bad.
Imagine if we hopped on to that whole challenge run bandwagon back when it was getting popular. Imagine where we'd be at right now if we'd started earlier.
I could have done it like a year earlier. It was when Van Man came out with his videos. I'm like, I can do that. I could have done it like
Uh,
6 months earlier than I did. Than I did do.
hey Steve, I got one reset on Faulkner.
Finally,
Did you?
not this time.
Okay, I hate
This
this
time I
run.
never missed.
I hate this run now.
I think you're just getting average luck.
I want above average luck.
Well, maybe I'll get some sub-average luck on, I don't know, Morty. Hello, Bellsprout. Thank you for getting the ball, Bellsprout.
I like my
More than
dry
I can
bread,
say
but
for
he is
Oddish.
bad at Pokemon. His X and Y run, he had Brick Break, but used Return on Mega Gyarados, not knowing it was Dark Water instead of Water Flying. Yeah.
It's fine. They're
Again, when he did Regigigas in Heart Gold, he never once taught Return, even though he knew where it was. He's played Crystal, Gold, Silver, and Crystal. He should have known where Return was. It's in the same spot. He used a Dizzy Punch on Red, and he just gave up on the run.
Annie, he didn't finish Eevee because he didn't know about the bide thing a long time ago. He might have redone Eevee.
I know, I think one of them, it was either Madriba or Gyarados, but I remember one of them did make a follow-up when somebody mentioned Bide.
I think that's what I'm talking
And
about.
I don't think it was well known back then, so I don't hold that against him. I forgot to get the repel, so now I have encounters in the cave.
Maybe I'm actually thinking of a dry bread, and maybe J Rose did finish with Eevee, and
I'm
dry
gonna give
bread's
a
the one who
spectacle
didn't.
to the audience. Well, my main problem with it's not really with them themselves. It's mainly like the people who like only watch them. Like if you're a person who only ever watched J-Rose, you would assume he's like one of the best Pokemon challenge runners on YouTube. And then if you see someone else like doing something similar that he does, they go to their comment section and call them a knockoff. Trust me, we've had those people plenty of
Oh my
times.
god,
There are people who
happens.
probably watch like there are people who probably watched J Rose's Gen 2 Celebi run he did recently and assumed like that's the best Celebi can do. He literally went into the fight with Toxic. I'm not even kidding.
I find it funny that he actually pretty much started with Mewtwo, which basically just dooms Mewtwo to like one of his worst times.
Oh yeah.
I like don't get me wrong, he got an okay time for Mewtwo, but I have 7 Pokemon higher than his Mewtwo time
Yeah, and I think
on my leaderboard. One of
Steve
them's
told me that.
Kingler.
Yeah, Steve told me that like J Rose mentioned like I don't see any other Pokemon getting a time lower than Mewtwo. And then Steve's like, I have like 7 Pokemon lower than that. And then he talked about Kingler, and I'm like, you know what else you're not bringing up? The fact that all your runs have shinies, so it artificially raises the game time. And it's still faster.
Yeah. My runs have to be longer because of the shiny thing.
Experience matters, folks. Yeah, but how long has J Rose done content in Gen 2? I know he's
Oh,
done a
he's been
lot of
doing a
Gen
lot
2
of
runs.
content in Gen 2. He just, I don't think he just does timed content because I know that he's done a lot
Well,
of other content.
he times it by game time, so I consider that timed.
No, but a lot of his other Gen 2 content are challenges. They're not,
Hmm.
they might be timed, but he's not like actually like trying for time.
Hmm. Again, their goal is never make VOS speed run angle. I know that, but I don't care about the speed. It's their strategies that concern me. Like,
Yeah.
you can obviously, like, Madrybird has a similar issue. Like, I watched one of his Gen 2 runs recently with Pseudo Woodo. He was almost level 100 for red. And his moveset was like Rock Slide, Flail. He had Flail on his moveset still. He didn't have Return. He didn't have Rest. Never had Curse. Like, do none of those people, like, watch other content creators before doing their own runs? Or
No,
do they just
I
blind
think
themselves?
J-Rose openly admits to purposely not watching. I've heard him say it many times that he doesn't watch other people on
Exactly.
purpose.
I mean, I get if, like, you want to play a Pokemon blind, but the fact that he's went on for years without, like, knowing, like, other strats some people do, like, he
Yeah, it's clear
purposefully,
that
like,
not only does he not
lives in a
go in
bubble.
with like that he doesn't like watch other people's channels for research. He just doesn't watch other channels altogether. Like anything like at all, any content at all. Because otherwise he'd know about some of these strats.
But yeah, the thing is with Scott, like, I'm not talking about the whole speed issue. You guys keep thinking it's an issue on speed. It's not. It's an issue with, like, strategy and what you know. Scott constantly admits he watches other people's runs all the time, and that's how he learns things. And then he
Yeah,
shows it
and to
off.
be fair, he thought he had the best strategies for a lot of the runs, and then he started playing the races and wasn't winning some of the early races, and he was like, I don't understand. And then like he would pull up our streams at the same time as his streams, and he'd be like, oh my god, I can see it in real time, me losing time.
Oh yeah, people leave comments with suggestions, but I highly doubt they read them. I mean, I'm sure if you're a big content creator, like, why would you ever want to read comments? Like, they all say, like, oh, try to read all the comments. No, they don't. They don't read all the comments.
I do, but that's mostly because there's a lot less comments.
Like, what I do, if I read a comment, I will put a heart on it. Unless, like, it's a straight up troll, in which case I'll delete the comment. But if you see, like, a heart but no reply, that's just to acknowledge that I've seen it. In his Ditto video, he admitted that he did not watch a Ditto video from Gen 1. Whose Ditto video?
Oh, that's so sad. I literally took notes on everybody's Ditto videos. I was like, I'm not going into Ditto blind. That would be something.
Picaspri. Oh, so wait, Picaspri was the first one who made the Ditto video. That
Yeah,
doesn't
he was
count.
first. There was nobody for him to watch.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was Picaspri's video. Most people discovered that, like, whole mirror move glitch was substitute or with transform, or like the whole thing with there was another one, some other glitch with transform.
I know. Oh, the move thing, the move being like deleted kind of thing,
Yeah,
like the glitch,
or like not being
the
able to use
glitch with
struggle.
moving around the moves.
Oh yeah.
He
Funnily
didn't
enough,
know though at the time.
yeah, it was his video that people discovered it. The struggle not working. Yeah. But the point is that I'm just trying to make is that the bigger content creators just don't even bother watching anyone else. They just live in their own bubble and they just refuse to, like, learn from anyone else, because it's not the fact with speed. They don't time themselves, so I have no idea how long it took them. I mean, I can look at their game time, but that's not what I care about. The point is, like, I'm quite confident they do not watch other people to try and learn new strats, because I've never once heard him say, check out this strat I learned from watching this guy's video. I learned you could fight this guy later. I
I
don't
say it
think they've
all the
ever
time
admitted
on
to doing that.
I say it all the time from Gym Leader Matt and J Rose. I don't learn a lot from J Rose other than what level to finish Brock at, but boy, Gym Leader Matt's videos are great. He's like, you should head into Rival 6 at this level. Make sure that you set up on this Pokemon. Oh, they're so good.
But, like, I just wish that, like, J-Rose and Madrybread would actually watch other people's runs and try to learn something. Because they keep living in their own thought, like, their strats are, like, the only strats. Like, there's no other strat that can be way better than this. Yet he used Toxic on a Celebi. And Madrybread used Flail on Sudowoodo. That's just something
Well,
I wish they would start doing. Like, I watch
it was an
people's runs all
accident.
the time. Like, whenever I make, like, a video, if I'm applying a strat that I've learned, I will mention it. Like, there's going to be some Gen 5 runs coming out in a couple of weeks. I do actually mention a couple other people. Like, that's just something I wish they would do. Well, yeah, exactly. They're just in it for the money, because their channels are so huge, they probably make a buttload of money off of those videos. That's the reason Madrybread still makes the Pokemon challenges. I'm not even sure if he still enjoys doing the challenges, to be honest. He just forces himself to do them once per week just because they're the most viewed videos. I just don't know.
I've tried watching his other content. Oh boy. That's not stuff I would watch.
Isn't it just casual gameplay?
Yeah.
You don't like casuals?
There was some of his other edited content in Oblivion and Skyrim I liked, but other than that stuff, but those are the kind of stuff that I like watching. I like watching people only beat like Oblivion using one type of spell.
Yeah, Rollout did nothing. Oh, speaking of Rollout, I need to remember to pick up that TM.
Interesting.
Hey, Steve, I just found a Ditto.
Interesting.
J-Rose, I prefer him
I
to
got
Dry
Rollout.
since he listens to feedback. Yeah, J-Rose is at least better at that, but I mean, his Gen 1 runs are good, but then again, like, there's really not much strategy when it comes to Gen 1. As long as you know about, like, setup moves and badge boost glitch, you're generally good. But, like, I like J-Rose's, like, his, like, what's those? He makes, like, a different kind of challenge video. Like, the single type runs. Like, those, he, like, puts a lot of thought into them. And strategies, or like this ones where like he copies someone else's team. Like, specifically his solo runs in Gen 2 are very, very bad. Madrybread's in Gen 2 are pretty bad. Madrybread's Gen 1 runs are pretty good. Gen 3, his Gen 3 ones are pretty good. Because, like, he's playing with bad Pokemon. Like, I gotta give him, like, some slack because, like, you know, they're bad and it's a newer game, but it's specifically Gen 2 runs. Like, people other than Scott seem to play Gen 2 absolutely horribly because all those other people don't know what the move Curse is. They just think it's like a bad move. They just think of it like the Ghost type version, you know? The one where it cuts your damage. I mean, Scott specifically, because his overlay is consistent. Yeah. But in the end, I just really wish the bigger creators would just watch other people's videos for, like, guidance. Maybe not, like, before the run, but maybe, like, watch them afterwards. Like, if you, like, J-Rose, I'm sure he's already done Charmander a long time ago. Maybe he could watch someone else do Charmander, and he'd be like, oh, that's something I didn't do. But he doesn't care about going back to any runs. Like, he'll do one playthrough, and if he does, like, a fully evolved Pokemon, but plays the run absolutely horribly, he'll just make a video out of it and just publish it anyway. Like, it doesn't matter if it's a speed thing. Like, do you really want to upload an Alakazam run where you die to Bruno 5 times? Something like that. I would be too embarrassed to put that video up, even if it wasn't timed. No? The 0 XP runs, yeah, those are awesome to watch. It's just specifically his Gen 2 solo runs are just awful.
Interesting.
Well, I don't blame the fact they don't use hidden power. I'm pretty sure they just use random stats. Like, whatever they get is what they get. I don't hold that against them.
Morty used his worst Haunter second. Like, it was his last Pokemon.
He did that to me in the first run.
I know, but I'm saying that's just something that's shocking to me. I wouldn't imagine that he would use his better Haunter before his worst Haunter.
Yeah, but
interesting.
As I mentioned before, my problem isn't really with, like, the creators themselves, but, like, more overall problem are, like, the hardcore fans who only watch them for like challenge runs. They'll like see anyone else doing something similar and just call them knockoffs, say like your content's trash. Or, like J-Rose is way better than you. Like those kind of things. I remember in the early days, I remember Scott would say if he saw any comments saying like, "Wow, Scott, you're so much better than Madrybread and J-Rose. I don't like those guys." I remember he said like back in those days, if he saw those comments, he would actually delete them because he doesn't want to get involved in that because he likes them both. That's, I don't know if the other two did something similar.
I like their content as starter videos. I think they're good introduction videos, but once you watch like all of the videos, then you just realize that they're not doing everything that they could be doing to be better.
One criticism I do have with Madrybread's content is the scripting has sounded the same for the last 4 years. Like, I'm pretty sure he uses the same script.
I'm not gonna blame him for that. So does Squidgy.
That's something that
Some people like cookie cutter videos. Actually I should say most people like cookie cutter videos.
I don't know what those are.
Means exactly the same format, exactly delivered exactly the same way. Everything is exactly the same as the previous one.
I mean, he's reused the same Helix fossil joke for like 4 to 5 years, and
Yeah,
the way he says it,
he treats the videos like it's everybody's first video.
yeah.
So I'm not gonna blame him for that.
Well, the way he says the joke, I remember when he started doing the joke, he would put energy in the voice and like the sarcasm saying like, leave a comment anyway, they're good for the algorithm. But the way he says it now, you can actually just hear him reading off a script and just putting no emotion because it's probably his 1000th time saying it. Like, I honestly think he should just let the joke rest or something. Like, I think he's overused that joke.
Oh wow, you weren't kidding. Level 30 is the first level you outspeed the Hitmonlee.
Yeah, that was the level I grinded to. The
Yeah,
Water Onyx
I
part,
can
it
definitely
was
see how you
funny
had a
at
problem at
first.
29.
I mean, Water Onyx was funny at first. I mean, it's
Yeah,
an
but
okay joke.
I disagree that that it's the wrong idea to change. If he wants to do a cookie cutter format and it works, by all means continue doing it. It works for Squidgy. Every single one of his videos sound exactly the same as the first video, and you know what? It works. The same amount of people watch the first video as he does the most recent video. Same thing with do you watch murder mystery shows?
No, I think that's just you.
Well, no, like the CSIs and that stuff. It's really popular. I watch lots and lots of them, and you know what? They're all exactly the same. The way the murder gets solved is differently, and the murder itself is different, and the clues to get to the solving the murder is different. But in the end, it's the same.
I mean, yeah, you could say my content like tends to sound the same, but I think it gets canceled out because of the more variety of games. I don't want to play the same game over and over again for specifically that reason. I don't want my content to sound repetitive. Like, I get it can make growing the algorithm slightly harder, but oh my god, that Machoke almost killed me with Karate Chop.
Machoke, you say?
Yeah, you know, the Machoke. You
Yep.
know the Machoke.
Yep.
Real talk, I tried to watch J-Rose. It also didn't mesh with me like Scott's videos. I found you and Steve also like Gym Leader Matt's stuff. Yeah, Matt's videos are really top tier. Really top tier. Like, he
Only
knows
reason
what he's talking about.
I favor Gym Leader Matt over Scott is just because of the red version versus yellow version. Since Gym Leader Matt's videos I can actually use myself, I favor his videos more. But I like both Scott and Gym Leader Matt pretty equally.
He does red and yellow. He switches version depending on which one will get the faster time. Like, if he's using a Pokemon that gets nothing for Brock, he'll use yellow version just because of the lower level Brock. Otherwise, he'll use red and blue. I just first tried Chuck.
Wow, good job.
He got 2 flinches, and his Primeape used Karate Chop too.
Do you think that will offset your Falconer loss?
Just a little bit, you know.
How about Hitmonlee loss?
You lost to Hitmonlee? Oh,
You.
right. I guess a little bit. Your Elite Four joke is always the same. Yeah, but that's like the only thing. I mean, I always say vitamin of the day. That's like my ongoing channel gag, but I try to put voice into it. Like, imagine if I just said vitamin of the day. Like, imagine if I just said it like that with like no enthusiasm. Did you make sure to headbutt the tree?
No. Never came up.
Hmm.
Oh, now that you bring it up, though, I did forget to pick up return.
Hey, Steve, I found the other shiny Gyarados. The level 15 shiny Gyarados.
Ah, the ones that are just randomly in the water.
Yeah. You know, I don't know if this is only true in the remakes, but apparently in the Lake of Rage, when the Rocket hideout plotline thing is active, where they're like transmitting those radio signals, only during that time when you haven't cleared the hideout yet, Gyarados are slightly more likely to spawn in that lake. And then once the radio signal is gone, it goes back down to normal.
I mean, that's what they're trying to do. They're testing the ability to force evolution.
I mean, honestly, I just wish Scott like had 100,000 subs by now. Like, I think the only reason his channel isn't growing faster with the amount of content he's uploading is because he uses like no channel tags. The only tags he uses in his videos is Pokemon Challenge. He doesn't use like.
Ironically, I think his channel hasn't hit 100 subs for the same reason that yours is not growing as fast, and you just pointed it out. Because he's actually branching into other gens. I think if he stuck with Gen 1 until Gen 1 was done, probably would have hit 100,000.
I'm not sure
I don't
because
disagree with him.
maybe that would have been the case in like 2021. Like, I mean, Scott did start that bandwagon like maybe like a year after Scott and J-Rose did, and I remember those early videos got a lot of views. But I think this, I mean, it was his first ever video. The quality wasn't good, so.
I mean, he did point out that when he started doing Gen 2, he was getting much lower views.
Who got much lower views?
Scott, he said when he started doing Gen 2, he was getting much lower views on the Gen 2 videos. If he had stayed with the Gen 1 ones, he'd be either picking up the pace or at least the same pace as the old ones.
That is a good point, but I think the fact that he's pushing out way more videos more often is probably offsetting that, because I do see his sub number actually growing better.
Yeah, it's hard to say. YouTube is one of those fickle things that you will never understand.
That's true, yeah. Well, plus the fact that he doesn't use channel tags probably doesn't help. Like, all my videos have channel tags, like all the different games, and then I'll have a tag for like Scyther solo run, Scyther speed run, Scyther gameplay, how to get Scyther. Why am I using Dig on a Murkrow?
Because it's the smart thing to do.
Mill says, I think that the vitamin of the day is actually what made me subscribe. Thanks. I actually just thought of that, like, joke myself. I would just devote an entire section, kind of like, you know, like a game show. They would have, like, maybe, like, some sort of, like, bonus game or something. And then there'd be, like, an announcer guy and a logo that pops up on screen for, like, round 3 of Wheel of Fortune or something. That's what my inspiration was for that. The weird thing on Scott's channel is that the highest videos are versus videos. I think that's just
not weird.
No, it's not weird, actually, because it's a unique kind of video, and it gets people really interested. And here's another thing. YouTube counts the views separately if you watch a video, leave, and come back later. So I think that also contributes. People watching it in 4 separate parts. So one person counts as 4 views. I think it's also a lot of that. The daily double. Alright, I'm gonna need to teach Dynamic Punch.
You don't need that.
Shut up.
You're not that far. You gotta do some training. You're too underleveled.
Maybe I was at Faulkner, but not here. Did you and Steve do versus videos? John, I've done a lot of versus videos. Steve did them like, well, to be fair, they were like
They
2
were
years
my
ago.
best
You probably don't
videos.
remember them. But John, I'm sure you were there for them. In 2023, I believe, the whole entirety of December was nothing but versus videos. In fact, that was the last time I ever did them. Just because they were just way too much work. With the way I edited stuff back then, one versus video was the equivalent work of 3 separate videos, even if it was only 2 Pokemon, if that makes sense.
The versus videos, they got so many more views, but they also burnt me out so much faster.
Exactly. I think the versus videos in that December
Having
marathon, probably
having
what
to
caused me to get burned out.
having to think, where do I cut from what Pokemon to another? What do I point out? When do I show the splits?
Oh, yeah.
When, like, how do I hide the time so it doesn't look like one of them is winning a lot faster than the other? Oh, it's just so much to think about. What
Yeah,
do I do
that's...
if one of them's not? It's not even a close race, like Muck and Weezing.
Well, Steve, I think you also did multiple playthroughs.
Yeah, that was another thing too.
I think the way I do the videos now, where I do 2 a week, but the 2 videos in that 1 week are the same game, it's usually 2 similar Pokemon. That kind of takes the substitute of a versus video, like how, like last week, I played the same game, which was Omega Ruby, but one was with Sableye and one was with Mawile, because they're version exclusives, so that was kind of my replacement for them. They're just 2 separate videos, but I still reference the previous one. Pokemon Conquest Part 1's your highest view video. John, that was a 72-hour speedrun of a Pokemon game that no one has ever attempted to complete from start to finish, so I
Hey, you
understand.
know how many times people have watched it from beginning to end though? Those people carried.
Getting to end. Dude, it was that was a 19-part speedrun.
But imagine if even 10 people watched it from beginning to end. How many like watch hours that is?
John, don't mention the Johto Beast versus video I made. That video is pure garbage. I wish I had deleted it from YouTube. That was the old solo runs I did. The ones where I allowed items in battle because I treated them like actual speedruns, not like solo runs. I hate that those videos actually succeeded. I didn't even gain many subs from them. Like, they just randomly spiked because of that Scott's Thoughts shoutout during the Porygon race. And they were just really bad content. Like, part of me really regrets that I didn't try to prepare, like, good quality content before the first shoutout, because I think my growth could have been so much better. But that was, like, 2 years ago. Like, we all make mistakes. Like, I remember Scott said, I'm sure Steve mentioned this, but I remember Scott once told us that one of his big mistakes with doing content making was jumping generations way too soon. Like, he should have stuck to the yellow version for a lot longer to build up the consistency, and then once you have the base will just watch anything, but you gotta at least build the base first. Oh, the Weedle videos were actually awesome. Like, that was a really unique idea. Backporting a Weedle with new moves. Like, that was a really good idea. Plus, it helped that that red and blue modern Weedle video was uploaded on April 20th. I did that on purpose, because I thought it would make search results high, and it actually did. Sadly, the Crystal one didn't do as good. Oh, speaking of which, I don't know if you guys saw my community post, but the channel did just hit 2,000 subs today. So I'm gonna be making a 2,000 sub special solo run video. It's also gonna be a Q&A. So if any of you have any questions you want me to answer, go to my community tab where I show off the 2,000 subscriber number and leave the question there. I need to still think of a solo run. It's gonna be something good, really good. Modern Magikarp? I don't want to keep milking the
I
same cow.
I think I think you would want to actually pick something easy so that way people aren't focused on the run and they're more focused on the questions like what Scott did with Celebi.
That's a good point. I mean, my 1,000 sub special from like 2 years ago was Electivire because people chose that in a poll, but the video didn't do well because it's Electivire. I don't know. I still need to brainstorm. I was thinking of having it be like a live stream of some sorts, but I want it to be a video that gets views. I don't want it to be something too different. I want it to be a solo run related thing because I want it to be like the topic of main focus for the channel. Like the other like actual series of games you see me do on the channel, there's a reason I only do those as live streams. If I made videos out of those, the channel would die. So those are only ever live streams because live streams do not tank normal videos performances. They're on separate algorithms. Well, I am running really low on PP right now.
Did you not pick up all 4 PP ups?
You mean the ethers?
Yes.
I used them all already, but I don't have return yet because I'm getting it after the rockets here.
That might be your problem.
All right, I got the max ether.
You might be two-shotting stuff.
I also saw the post on Discord. Oh yeah, Steve, I took the screenshot when I hit 2,000 subs, and then I checked it again, and it was back at 1999. But hey, I have the screenshot. That's all that matters.
I wonder if you did that, you posted it to somebody, and then they unsubbed you on purpose to get it back to 1999.
That's just... Oh, funny enough...
see someone trolling you like that.
Funnily enough, it being at 1999 was driving me nuts, because it was at 1999, like, last night, and I remember I woke up the next day, I'm like, oh, did I hit 2K? Not yet. I check in another 3 hours, still 1999. I check in another 3 hours, it's still 1999. I'm like, oh, come on, someone please sub, it's one away. It's one more. How well do the Charizard videos do? Honestly, not as good as you'd think. Honestly, I think Weedle might be the new Charizard. I'm not gonna lie.
People love the Weedle. We don't know why. We don't question it, but they love the Weedle.
Oh, but Annie, even though live streams don't affect performance of videos, if you stop doing videos but only do live streams of unrelated things, people will unsubscribe. And YouTube does see that negatively. If, like, in a month you have a net negative, it will see that and not recommend your channel as much. That's why when I did the streams for 7 months, since, like, the Weedle Crystal video, they were only ever solo runs. Just for that reason. I couldn't just, like, stream just random games, whatever I wanted. That would cause people to unsub.
How many accidental non-spinners have you battled this run?
Quite a few, I'd say. Hey, Shadow Stitch.
I battled 2 by...
I've given up on trying to gain success on YouTube. It's just not some feasible for someone like me. Shadow Stitch, I don't want to hear that from people. It literally took me like 4 years with this channel to get 100 subs. I don't want to hear it. You just gotta put the work in and just hope for the best. You gotta treat it like a business plan. Getting lucky is not a business strategy. Like, you gotta think like, what kind of topics do people look up? What other people are doing it? See what they're doing and see what you can learn from it.
You have to pick something that people want to watch for starters. Then you have to put out some quality content. It can't be just something you just did on a whim like JD Nerdverse. And then you have to be consistent.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but if somebody has, like JD Nerdverse, has not figured it out after a year, that using a whole bunch of uhs and I'm pretty sure's and let's see, like, and we're talking edited content. Obviously, live content's a little different, but that like, and then just straight up, like, he just talks like he would in a like we're doing right now, but in an edited video. I've seen him straight up be like, "I'm gonna use this attack," and then he's like, "Oh, I guess I didn't." I've seen him do that so many times. He just watches the video and commentates over it, and then he releases it.
Here's one thing I will give credit to J-Rose for. I'm pretty sure that's how J-Rose scripts his content, and he's honestly perfected the skill of making live commentary seem scripted and acting surprised, even though he knows what's happening. Like,
Annie,
he's the only one who truly gets away with it.
The reason why you haven't heard of him is he's got like 100 subs, and he's done like half of the Pokemon in the game already.
Aren't you worried he's gonna watch the stream and hear you say that?
I don't think I think just like J-Rose, he doesn't watch other people's content either. Otherwise, his content would be better.
You keep laughing about that guy.
Can you imagine being a person and not like and watching other people's content and like, oh man, I guess I shouldn't do that.
Yeah, consistency is absolutely important. Plus, I remember something that Scott told us. Like, before you even launch the channel at all, have around like 5 to 7 pre-edited videos of like different styles, different thumbnails. Have them all ready and just upload them all at once. See what people like.
Wonder. I've heard that advice in the exact same channel. I'm curious if Scott also learned it from Pokemon, or not Pokemon, from Game Theory. The very big channel. He's launched 4 total channels, and that's his advice is to do exactly 5. No, it's 4. Unless you count the live one.
Don't the theorists be, I know the guy who ran like Game Theory doesn't own the channels anymore, or he's not the host, but don't they have
I'm pretty sure he's still part owner. He's just a minority owner now. He just doesn't.
What I was saying is,
I think he's kind of made himself more of an editor than the front man.
Well, what I was saying is, I'm pretty sure they have more, because I remember there was a channel called Fashion Theory with that same logo.
Well, yes, that's the 4th one.
Oh.
The 5th one would be the GT Live, which is not part of the 4.
Oh. What are the 4 then? Game Theory, Film Theory,
Film Theory, Food Theory, Fashion Theory.
Oh, I could have swore there were more than that.
And then there's the GT Live. Have you played Gen 4 Platinum? If you do, did you like it? I have only ever played BDSP as far as Gen 4 is concerned, and I did like BDSP.
I remember Dratini this time, guys.
I don't know if I could speedrun it, though, because I don't know the story. So that would be pretty hard.
Well, plus, there's no speed up on the Switch. Like, I don't think the vids I'm making now are bad or anything. I'm just going to keep doing things as consistent as I can. Shadow, I know I've mentioned this before, but I know it's just your first few videos and you're just learning, but you should at least try to learn the basics of video editing and thumbnails. Because your first 3 videos are just pure commentary runs like mine used to be. Like when I tried to start doing the solo runs, and I hated that those videos actually got tons of views. I remember the Charmander one, which is still up on the channel, has like 1,000 views, even though it's just live commentary over the run, and the run itself is bad. I hated the fact that video succeeded. Like, I wish I can delete it, but I think you should still at least make an effort to learn. Because the reason most people will try to grow but fail is because they'll do the same thing, something isn't working, but they won't try to improve. They'll just keep doing it and wonder why it's not working. It's like you keep throwing a rock at the wall, and you're wondering why, like, the rock keeps breaking the wall. And you think, like, oh, maybe it's the way I'm throwing the rock. That may be a bad example, but I know the right saying. It's like flicking at a wall and see what sticks. You got Psyduck. Hey, MVF. At least I made an effort to remember the Dratini, even though I had Psyduck. At least give me some credit.
I had a Psyduck. I got an accidental Psyduck
in the park.
uh,
National Park.
east of the park. When I was
Oh,
picking up rollout.
I got that there too. But yeah, those first three are made before that. The Electros will be edited down a lot more though. Well, I will watch it when you upload, and I'll try to listen to it. I tried to listen to the Samurott one earlier, but no offense, like just live commentary that's not a live stream. I just couldn't listen to it for more than 20 minutes. It's not a you thing. It's just the structure of the video. But the Electros one, I'll definitely watch that.
That's how RBY Pokemon Challenges shifted his videos to a recorded, but like recording over it live. I wasn't a fan. Speed tried to do it with when he tried to revive his Yellow series, and I told him flat out that I hated it.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. You said it was just pure garbage.
Yes. At least if it were a live video, you'd be able to be like telling us what you were thinking in the moment. But because it's a recording, you just don't remember, and it's just not
Oh, exactly.
fluent.
Yeah. What you're describing sounds more like flicking stuff at a wall and flicking stuff that doesn't stick, doing the same thing and expecting shit to change. Okay, yeah, that's the actual saying. I just used a completely bad example. I'm not good at thinking of examples on the spot. Not really my skill. I used Dynamic Punch on the Fortress, and it took 5 attempts to hit it.
Yeah, I stopped doing that on Fortress. I just started using Return.
Steve is great at pointing these things out. Well, Steve used to run, like, unlike me, he actually had a successful, like, Twitch channel and almost got partner. And I think Steve said he's ran other YouTube channels that made money before.
I've ran other like ventures. Like I ran a Minecraft server that definitely made a lot of money in the past.
Yeah, Steve at least has more experience with this than I do, so that's why he pointed that stuff out.
I'm
Same
also a
age
lot
difference.
older, so it's not that impressive.
Well, to be fair, like, yeah, that's pretty much it.
I effed up on Bruno and got my first reset.
Did you forget the acid armors?
Got my second reset on Karen. Missed Dynamic Punch 4 times in a row.
That cross chop only did 40 damage. But it's easier to grow and have more interesting content with videos and streams. Exactly. Exactly. But like Steve said, he was involved with that other stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's a process. You just learn over time.
Yeah.
The older you are, the you start to learn what fails.
But yeah, like there are basically a lot of people who try to start the smaller channels. They keep doing like the same thing that's never gonna work. And they just wonder like, hey, I'm doing the same thing. It's not working. The algorithm must hate me. The algorithm doesn't have a bias towards certain channels. People often think like, oh, it's biased to the big channels. That's not because of the algorithm. It's because of their subscriber base, because they spend a lot of time building that base. And if the base always comes back and watches, the algorithm sees early on like, hey, there's a lot of people early on who are interested in this. Let's recommend it to other people. That's why when I started the videos again for the first time in 7 months, normally if it's the first time you've uploaded in 7 months, you would expect the content to perform horribly. But because I did the live streams, I slowly built up some consistent fans, the ones that showed up to every stream. And then as soon as I did the uploads, all you people went to go watch it, and that told the algorithm, hey, people are showing interest in it. That's the reason, like, the Platinum videos I uploaded recently are doing well. Apparently the Scyther videos, now my best performing video since Weedle, which is kind of insane. It's all because of the people who look at it early on.
Yeah, the first like 6 hours is key.
Yeah. Well, the
You
first
also used
24
to upload
hours.
your videos, and I kid you not, I think I saw like 10 views in your first 10, like 6 hours. So that's also just a bad upload time. When you
Was this
upload the
like,
video matters.
when was this? Recent?
I don't remember, but you've had multiple videos where in the first several hours you got basically no views. Like
Oh, I
10.
remember. I remember that. I remember when looking at my my video analytics. You know, like if you look at Studio through the mobile app, when you upload a video, it'll like show it like how it compared to like your top 10 videos at this point in time. And it'll be like, hey, this video is
Yeah.
performing 4th place out of your top 10 best. Like, I would always look at that, and at the very bottom in 10th place was always my Pokemon Red Blastoise video. That was actually my worst performing video of all time, but then for some reason it picked up, and it has over 1,000 views now. But I remember in the first 3 days, that video only had 50 views. That video specifically did extremely horribly. Like, I don't know why.
But yeah, so YouTube has an analytics section, and when you have at least some releases under your belt, there is a section that tells you when your viewers are most active.
Yeah.
And that's a good spot to kind of consider uploading your videos. And if it doesn't, like, if they don't perform very well, then it will adjust itself, and you'd be like, okay, well, next time I'll upload it the time it tells me that's better.
I only missed Mawile initially because I slept in. Well, I have it as a... What was that?
Do you know what time Scott uploads his?
He usually uploads his videos at 1 p.m. EST.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty much what I figured out from Rooster Teeth, but I wasn't entirely sure. That's also like the best time slot for shorts.
Yeah, Annie, you don't need to like watch it during the premiere. It's just like usually the part that most counts is usually the first like 2 days, basically. Like we've learned this from watching Squidgy, because Squidgy was able to grow his channel really freaking good compared to Steve and I. Like his growth just exploded, and we were both looking at what he did. And the key that Squidgy did is he uploaded consistently 2 videos a week, 3 days apart. Because videos tend to die within the first 3 days unless you get extremely lucky with the algorithm. The fact he uploads a new video to keep his channel flowing, that's how he kept growing. And it was that reason why this channel got to 2,000 subs. Because at the start of the year, I believe I was at 1960. And I was at a rate of like maybe 1 sub a week or something. Because I had like no videos. But then I immediately started doing the 2 a week and the constant daily shorts. And it only took 15 days to get the 40 subs. Which was very fast. Oh, also, since I do the 2 videos a week now, all the shorts that I make for that video, I try to get all the shorts uploaded before the next video gets uploaded. I end up uploading shorts like 5 times a day. It's split up every 5 hours. I think my time, I have shorts up at 2 a.m., 7 a.m., noon, 5 p.m., and 10 at night. And all of them actually get the same number of consistent views. They're all around like 300 to 600.
So it's not as good as it used to be, where we used to get like 2,000 randomly.
Honestly, I don't know if it's because that maybe that's only a thing for like the smaller channels. I don't know. Maybe...
No, I'm saying they might have tweaked the way it works.
I think they have, yeah. Because the shorts always are, I mean, at least they're more consistent. It's not like 2,000, 100, 7, 3,000. At least it's not that.
And I don't know how in the world you are so far ahead, even though I was way ahead of you at the league. I was at least a whole trainer ahead.
I did stuff in a weird order. I've actually never been to Celadon yet.
Oh, okay.
I just realized for some reason, like, when I went to Kanto, I went to Lavender, right? And then I flew to Saffron. Normally, after that, I go to Celadon, but for some reason, I went and fought Sabrina right away, then up to Cerulean. It was kind of weird.
That is weird.
I mean, I
would understand.
I mean, I was too busy talking about, like, channel analytics, like how they work.
On the bright side, it's not like the Celadon thing is part of, like, correct pathing. It's just,
there really is no correct pathing in Kanto.
Well, I definitely disagree with the
hold
second
on.
half.
There's no
the Brock thing, I think, is
pathing.
technically yes, but well, I'm saying as far as like steps are concerned, if you flying to Celadon and going to Erica is the same amount of steps as just immediately going to Erica at the very beginning.
Yeah.
It's the same amount of steps. However, I do think the pathing, you can save steps by pathing differently.
I will say, I think the one way you can path Kanto incorrectly, I don't know if Squidgy still does this, but I know at one point he changed up how he does the Kanto section. He quit doing Janine after Blaine, and he started doing Erica, right? And then he would go on Cycling Road and go straight on over to Fuchsia, and then he would do Sabrina.
Yeah, I don't think that's right at all.
No, it looked so wrong.
You just have to pretty much count how many actual steps you're walking that are like not in battle, and then that kind of gives you a good idea of saving time or not. It's actually a really easy exercise technically if you wanted to waste the time. How many steps are you just walking in Kanto, and then you just know if you're saving time or not based on how many steps you're walking.
Yeah.
But that Cycling Road is a lot of steps to not be battling anything.
Plus, for some reason,
Hey, to
the
be
bike
fair,
is really slow on Cycling Road.
To be fair, the Blaine part is also like there's a lot of steps between Pallet and Blaine, but again, you still have to do those steps regardless, no matter what.
Yeah, because you need Kanto on the map. Or Pallet Town on the map. You can fly to it.
Right.
Also, my videos actually kind of have a weird like thing going on with the click-through rate. I asked people in the content creator Discord like what their click-through rates usually look like. Scott said that his around like the first few days is around like 8 to 11%, and then it craters to 6%. And I'm thinking that is not what mine look like at all, because for some
Yeah,
reason
but
when
he has so many more people clicking on them.
that's true, yeah.
Okay, like those are the subscribers clicking on them. Like
Well, the fact he said it flattens at 6.
But I mean, like for instance, if you probably looked at one of these video click-through rates, I bet you the very beginning is really high because that's all our subscribers with the bell icon. They're not clicking on the video because the video is being shown to them by YouTube. They're clicking on the video because the video has been
Yeah.
notified by them.
But my click-through rate's actually not like that. There's a reason I said mine's weird. In the first day but the last 5 videos, my click-through rate in the first day was like 0.7%, and then after 3 days, it rises to 2%. Like it starts off, the click-through rate starts off bad, but then goes up. Like it's the complete opposite. I wonder.
Yeah, I don't know.
I remember RBY was answering my question about click-through rate. I'm thinking maybe YouTube is recommending my video immediately, like the subscribers haven't even watched it yet and it's already recommending them and people just aren't clicking them, and then once the subscribers actually watch it, the click-through rate goes up. But I don't know, it's quite strange.
How in the world are you Brock already? I feel like my Kanto is going really good right now, and somehow you were just like way ahead.
You don't want to trust my Kanto pathing. I've been so distracted talking, I just realized I never fought Surge.
Okay.
So yeah, you may not want to pay attention to my Kanto pathing.
I just
It's
had a
kinda
big
bad.
waste of time battle on Surge. I used Dig, and boy, do those... I really should have just used Return. He got a lot of double teams in and made it so much worse than it should have been.
The Electrode did that same thing the first run.
Yeah, last time I think I just used Return and I didn't have any problems.
Oh, I mentioned my Scyther video earlier. I think Scyther is on track to be my best performing video since the Weedle video. I don't think it'll beat the Weedle videos just because of how unique they were, but so far the videos are around 700 views. The click-through rate's over 2% right now, and the impressions are around 23,000. And my other videos are like 15,000. It honestly makes me wonder if for my next few videos, I should consider a thumbnail redesign. So I'm thinking maybe people just don't like the basic look of the thumbnail. I mean,
I don't know.
what
I think
Scott does is
one of the good decisions I made was that Scott invited somebody into the group chat that designs Discord or designs thumbnails, And he added a lot of elements to the thumbnail that I honestly was incapable of thinking of because I'm not that creative of a person. So I think paying the guy to make the thumbnail was a really good idea, and then paying him double to give me the Photoshop file was actually a good idea.
Did you offer to pay double for it, or did he ask double?
I mean, I asked how much it would cost for the Photoshop, and then he quoted me at double.
Oh. I tried to get a thumbnail design for him for that yellow randomizer race, and he never got back to me after like 5 days.
Did you like follow up?
Yeah, I did, and he never responded. I don't think I've ever seen the guy
Interesting.
online. Oh my god, you stupid Electrode. How is Electrode the hardest Pokemon in this whole region? Just doesn't want to die. But yeah,
Why did the Light Years Junior trainer get rid of his other Pokemon?
It's because he realized Doug Trio is bad. Because it's got like low HP and like no coverage. I mean, he's got a Sand Slash with only Slash. That's good coverage. I should really consider like talking to a thumbnail artist and have him design like a couple of thumbnails for me and experiment with them. He has the one thing you don't: speed. Very funny. How many resets you at?
3.
1. My one reset was just Faulkner.
We're at the exact same spot, but I taught rest right now.
I did too.
Oh. The under will definitely be pretty hard to hit. Does the earthquake do like double damage if you're underground?
Yes.
Yeah, that explains that.
They introduced that in
I
Gen
was like,
2.
earthquake should not have done so much damage. Yeah, Shadow, I am not creatively given. I can't make stick figures right.
Yeah, he can't. There's this one Jackbox game we play sometimes where you have to like draw like some sort of object. I don't know what the game's called, but Steve he's bad at stick figures.
I
remember
am
this.
more of a vision. I'm a lot more creative when it comes to like visionary creating, but like artistically creating, I'm terrible. Like if it like for instance, you know, like a versus video, I could figure out the pacing and whatnot of that. But boy, you tell me to draw and I'm doomed.
Like, yeah, for example, Steve's overlay, he didn't like make the overlay. The whole thing was like his vision. Someone more creative had to like put it together.
Yeah, MBF was way more creative than I am. I did come up
Well,
with a lot of
originally
ideas
it was
though.
that
Like
other guy.
I said it looked flat, and I'm like, you know what? I went and I looked at, I can't remember whose video or who was, but I looked at somebody else's content, and I'm like, yes, we can do that. And what it was some sort of, I can't remember what it's called. Like depth. Can't remember what it's called though.
Depth perception.
But we added. No, it's like a layer that adds depth, and it just made it all the cards look a lot more realistic. Like it just looks like
blur.
No, it's
Hollow?
really hard to explain.
I guess you'd have to show me exactly what you're talking about.
I mean, you can like on all of the cards, you can just see kind of like black and white, like veiny lines. Really hard to explain, but it's there, and it adds like realism to it. Just hard to say. Oh, not like this. Not like this. Come on. Knock out blast twice. 103.26.
I'm actually kind of worried about this.
Oh,
And
I didn't make the. Oh wait, I did make the under. I just didn't make the original under. All right, look at my King Gambit card and look at the bottom. All right, you see under speed, there's a little black line, and under special attack, there's another little black line. And then if you look over top of special defense, you can see tiny white little lines. That's
slap.
like depth. They're just depth. I don't know how to explain it, but everything. Oh, look at the whole right side of the screen. Look at the whole right side of the screen. It looks like tree bark. That's the depth. It's the tree bark.
Texture?
Texture. Texture is probably what it is called.
104.12.
Hey, good time. That's a big improvement over the last one.
552. Okay, I will say I got 2 resets on red. The first reset was because the Charizard burned me, and the second reset was for some reason in this run, the Venusaur is outspeeding me now when before it wasn't. So I used a Rain Dance to make the Charizard's flamethrower weaker, and right before I knocked it out, he quickly used Sunny Day, which was annoying. But
I wonder if Rain Dance is what made you lose, because you had to go out of the way to get it, didn't you? And you had to go way out of the way to teach it.
no, it's in the department store. It's not that long.
Yeah, but I didn't walk in the department store at all.
It was meant as a safety thing, because even if you live the flamethrower, I was really worried that the Espeon would try and kill me.
I accidentally screwed up and used return on the very first attack against the Pikachu, and lo and behold, it paralyzed me. So I'm like, oh, I guess I'm screwed. Now Venusaur, we're gonna have to set up on Venusaur. So I used all of my Swords Dances on Venusaur. Used rest, or no, sorry, I couldn't use rest. I was stupid.
Go ahead and update the leaderboard.
No. Okay, I think what happened is I woke up from rest. I used return, but the solar beam got me down to real low H. No, the Charizard got me down to 3. Regardless, it was not a cookie cutter battle. I did not plan on everything. I really screwed the pooch by accidentally using return on Pikachu. By the way, leftovers got me from 3 to 20 for Espeon, and Espeon's Mudslap got me down to 3 again, or something low, less 7, I think. So Espeon's Mudslap did so little damage, but I had to use rest, so I got hit by a lot of Mudslaps.
Alright, what level was I? I was level 69. Nice.
Alright, let's see where this goes in the leaderboard. I was kind of right about the 103 thing. Just second
Honestly,
run.
The thing that really slowed this down was, honestly, lack of good moves early on. A lot of things were 2 shots.
I agree.
The fact that dark moves were special, it couldn't use its more powerful stab moves. It was like the whole Sneasel treatment. Well, not as bad as Sneasel, because at least Steel was a stab option, but how often did you use Metal Claw?
The problem is I used it so little in the second run or the first run that I got rid of it very early in the first run.
Yeah, me too.
Second.
Alright, let's see where this sorts it on the leaderboard. The time of 104.12. 15th place. It did worse than Blaziken, but better than Toxicroak and Metagross. Honestly, it makes sense that Metagross and King Gambit are paired, but the difference was Metagross was in the slow level up group, but if I remember correctly, Metagross had access to Hone Claws, which is way earlier, because this thing having Swords Dance level 64 was a big stamp on its forehead saying, nope, you're not getting a good time. If this thing had level 30 Swords Dance or something, we could probably have done minimum battles almost the entire run. It would have been a much better time.
Mine was 17th, which is basically right in the middle.
Yeah, mine's 15 out of 36. A little bit better than middle. I'm gonna deafen. Alright, everyone. Thank y'all for standing by, everyone. I do appreciate it. Yeah, Metagross had good special, too. Yeah, the next stream will be tomorrow. We'll be doing an Emerald Backport with Hisuian Samurott. Those streams are definitely a lot longer than the Fire Red ones were, but I'm enjoying them. But yeah, I will see you all next time. I'm sure next week Scott will join us. He just had to bail, but I will see you then. Bye.